And a very good afternoon to you all for the Stormsight Storm Center. Checking out StormsightStormCenter.com for your weather update for the next couple of days. And we are looking at a severe weather outbreak tomorrow. But let's go ahead and start with today's SPC outlook, courtesy of the Storms Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma. And this is today's outlook. Puts a standard slight risk for parts of Oklahoma, southeastern Nebraska, and northeastern Texas. And that is the SPC outlook. General thunderstorm risk can go all the way up into Wisconsin and Missouri. Parts of Indiana is included in that. Also over parts of Utah, Nevada, and Idaho, and all the way over into Oregon and California are included in this just general thunderstorm risk. But the severe weather seems to stay over Oklahoma today. If you look at the tornado outlook for today, they are in the 10 percentile range, which is pretty significant. It doesn't sound very significant. That is, every 25 miles you have about a 10% chance of seeing a tornado. So not extremely likely, but that is an elevated risk. And then why don't we move over to tomorrow? This is the big day. Look at those two high risk. I don't know that I've seen two high risk ever issued at once in a very long time. But there sure are two risks down through central Oklahoma, north central Oklahoma, and then into north central Kansas, or south central Kansas rather, and then into northeastern Nebraska and western Iowa. There's two high risk areas there. I haven't seen that in a really long time, and it's going to be a definite day. Let's look at the percents, and wow, look at that, 60% areas, and that is for basically the same areas that are in high risk. That's giving you if you said every 25 miles of a point, so let's say we set it's a point, 25 miles from there, you have 60% chance of seeing a significant severe weather storm. Now, let's take this in another perspective. Set it for a 50-mile point. That's a 120% chance that you will see a severe thunderstorm within 50 miles of a point. And those are unreal numbers. They didn't even issue those for the April 27th outbreaks on the day 2. Now, they did it the day 1. They don't have probabilistic values on day 1, but definite thing to watch there. They don't issue tornado probabilities and any of that until early tomorrow morning, and definitely watching that come into play. And let's take a look at day 3. Give it just a moment to upgrade. Sorry about that, the computer froze. Here is day 3, and you can see that they have a standard slight risk of severe thunderstorms, what they have today, and there's numerous severe thunderstorm watches in effect for Oklahoma currently, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But, you can see over Texas, parts of Arkansas, and a little bit of Oklahoma is included in that in Wisconsin. Like I said, we're definitely watching tomorrow's outbreak as well. If you look at the probabilistic values, wow, look at that 30%. This is for Sunday. Definite severe chance for western Arkansas and northeastern Texas on Sunday. And like I said, if you didn't catch this, I'm going to go back to this for a moment. This is tomorrow's probabilistic outlook, and I don't know if you caught this because the computer froze for a second. There is a 120% chance of seeing a severe thunderstorm within 50 miles of a point. And tomorrow could go down as one of the largest tornado outbreaks in a long time. And the numbers right now are definitely bypassing April 27th. On to the day 4 through 8 outlook. Predictability is too low. It's not saying that there won't be a severe thunderstorm, but at least through the 16th through the 20th, it's too low to predict for severe thunderstorms, and no region there. So we know through at least the 20th we're going to stay dry here in Tennessee, but a major outbreak is expected tomorrow, and I want to stress that even though we don't cover those areas, we are watching a very significant outbreak tomorrow, and it could bypass any outbreak that we've ever had. If we look at this is the 500 millibar shear amounts, and this might be a little hard to understand, and I'll try to explain it. I'm not trying to go into guru or voodoo here, but look at they're called, I call them flags. They basically show the wind speed. It's a more advanced form of showing wind speed, and you can see here, this is up in the air, the wind amounts and the shear amounts up in the air, and they're very high amounts of data there coming through the central plains. So we're watching that too. That's for tomorrow in 24 hours from about 1 o'clock. So that would be about 1 o'clock tomorrow. And then here is the U.S. wings map. and this is about 30 minutes old, so parts of this really needs to be updated. But you can see here a tornado watch through central Oklahoma, and you heard the weather radio going off for Oklahoma when we first tuned in. You can see here in southeastern Nebraska, there's a severe thunderstorm watch and numerous severe thunderstorm warnings for parts of southern Oklahoma. If we move into a more localized region and talk about what's going on in the southeast, not one advisory, not one watch at all for the whole state of Tennessee, so we're very thankful for that. Same thing for the most part for Alabama. There is a hazardous weather outlook for southwestern Alabama, and that's just a hazardous weather outlook. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything severe at this time. Red flag warning, though, for the Florida Panhandle. And same thing for South Carolina. Nothing for them. Carolina has a hazardous weather outlook, but nothing major. A couple flood warnings, though, in eastern Arkansas, and that's something we need to watch because we could see some flooding in Arkansas when the system moves through on Sunday. Let's take a look at the temperatures for the next 6 to 10 days. This is valid through the 22nd. And you can see here the temperatures are going to be slightly above normal for Tennessee and well above normal for North Carolina, South Carolina, over into Florida, areas like that in the southeast. Same thing for California, New Mexico, Arizona, Utah, Nevada, and Colorado will have above normal temperatures. If we look, though, to the north, you can see here below average will be Washington, northern Idaho, northern Montana, northern North Dakota, northern Wisconsin, and northern Michigan can be seeing, in North Michigan too, can be seeing the below average temperatures. They are expecting a severe weather outbreak up there too for Wisconsin. Nowhere near as bad as tomorrow's in the plains, though. Let's take a look at the days 3 through 7 hazards, and we'll talk about what's going on for the whole United States. Like I said, there's the severe weather contour. This is actually won't show tomorrow's severe weather outlook because this is for days 3 through 7. So this would be for Sunday into next week. You can see here potential flooding for the central eastern part of the United States. You can see here severe drought over near California and Arizona, and also down into Georgia and South Carolina. And unfortunately, they don't seem to be getting rain in the near future. They will be here soon, though. And then, as you can see here, some wind issues over near Wisconsin. If we zoom in, like I said, to the more distant area of the southeast, you can see here the green is outlining the heavy rains, and that does include Memphis, and it does include areas like Memphis and on the border there along the Mississippi River, western Mississippi, and then the severe contour actually does graze into Arizona or Arkansas, rather. Excuse me. And you can see here the severe drought over into South Carolina and all the way into Georgia, parts of Florida. Let's take a look at the drought map. They have updated it, and you can see here that we are in the slightest of slight droughts, but we're still there. They did take Nashville for the most part, except for North Nashville out, and you can see here over into Murray, Bedford, Marshall counties, they are now included in the slight drought, so we need to get some rain, and I think we'll do so by Tuesday. The weather system that is moving through will affect us, but it will not affect us nowhere near as bad as they say it will, or that is affecting out in the plains. It's definitely going to die down quite a bit before it gets here, so no worries for us. But unfortunately for our friends over in Kansas, it's going to be a rough 24 to 48 hours for them. So that is your weather outlook for the next couple of days. Also, we have a commercial on the air. If you haven't seen our commercial, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you now.
This is home. Now I'm finally where I belong, where I belong. Yeah, this is home. I've been searching for a place of my own. Now I've found it, maybe this is home. Yeah, this is home.
And I really didn't mean to blow your eardrums out with that. That was a lot louder than I thought it would be. But and it doesn't skip like that either. It's just the computer's running a little laggish today, and definitely not that loud. But anyways, yeah, there's your outlook one more time. You know, I keep showing this because I want to stress it enough. There's a high risk of severe thunderstorms through the plains. So if you are watching us in that area, and you know, you'll see us on the Facebook page. There's not many on the live stream, but there is otherwhere watching us. So you know, if you live in these high areas or these blue areas right here, be sure to have a plan of action. We're now going to open up the phone lines to our viewers. You can call 425-998-2316 between now and 4:30 and get on the air. For the meantime, we're going to mute the microphone, and if you feel the need to call in and ask questions or anything, please call in. We've got our phone system hopefully corrected, and it won't skip as much. So I'm now going to open up the phone lines. I'm going to put the microphone on mute until we get a call. Thank you for tuning in to the Storm Site Storm Center Weather Outlook.